A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Welcome once again to my class, Accounting Information System. This is the second lecture, and my name is Shabir Ahmad. Look, student, in the previous video you watched about the definition of Accounting Information System. You did study about the data in information and what is data, what is information. Let me revise once again in your mind. So you studied the definition. What is accounting information system? Accounting information system is a system which collecting data, storing data, and then processing the same data into meaningful information. For what purpose? For manager decision making, or the managers are supposed to perform various functions in the business. These functions are include planning, controlling, directing, and decision making. For every function, management need information, and who providing this information? Accounting information system. After the definition, we study what do we mean by information, and what do we mean by data. So data is unorganized, unstructured, unprocessed facts and figures, alphabets, dates, numbers, concepts, variable, pictures, etc., etc. Okay, so whenever these facts, figure, pictures are unorganized, that is called data. But whenever the same facts, figure, dates, numbers, pictures, variable, concepts are organized, then it become what? Information. And for system, we have a separate video. I will let you know about the system, that what is a system, what is a natural system, what is artificial system, what are the component of the system, what are the function of the system. So we will study in detail in the next video. Okay, in this video or this lecture is given by the following learning objectives: organizational decision and information needed. This is one objective of the video, that you must understand what is the organizational decision and what kind of information they need, and transactional information between internal and external parties in the AIS. This is another topic we will study in detail. And basic business process. Okay, what are the basic business process? So we will study here AIS in the value chain. Let's see more about these topics. So first of all, transactional information between internal and external parties in an AIS, or accounting information system. Okay, look, student, without external and internal users, it is impossible to formulate accounting information system. You understand this? Majority of the student thinking that accounting information system is an accounting software, but they are wrong in their opinion, because system is something different. Likewise, the judicial system of a country. So the judicial system of a country represent what? They represent laws of the organization, sorry, of the country, regulation of the country, a set of rules, a set of laws. Okay, they forming the judicial system. Same is the case here. Mean that the accounting software is not the accounting information system, but the accounting information system is basically the rules, regulations, processes which taking place inside the organization, and that process, rules, regulation, combinedly making accounting information system. Likewise, what are the processes of purchases, processes of sales, rules and regulation for making sales and purchases, processes of production? These all process making what? Making accounting information system. So you must keep that in your mind that accounting information system is not a software, but these are basically the various process taking place inside the business. I hope you understand. Okay. So we are talking about the transactional information between internal and external parties. You studied many times what are the external parties and what are the internal parties. Okay, so these are internal parties. Internal parties include employees and managers, and there is no need of more explanation. External stakeholders are external parties. You know better to whom making a deal. They might be customers, they might be suppliers, there might be government, tax authorities, banks, and etc. etc. So finally, what the AI is doing, the AI is capturing the data between external and internal users. Okay, various business transaction taking place between these external and internal parties or users or stakeholder, whatever you saying. Okay, but the accounting information system doing what? They capturing the deal, they storing the deal, they collecting the deals. Okay, the deals taking place, but that should be collected, or that should be collected in form of data by the accounting information system. This is a simple topic, and I'm not gonna to give more time to this simple topic because you studied a lot about this. So the next is organization, decision, and information needed. I told you that business is a set of processes taking place inside the business. Okay, and what do we mean by processes? By processes, we mean the structured activities which should be performed by the managers or employees of the organization, or there are some devices, there are some machine which performing this function. Nowadays technology and machine are introduced to perform various function. Likewise, long before there was an attendance register and that will be manually recorded, but nowadays you can see that there are attendance devices or attendance machine who capturing the data. Someone is coming and then there is a biometric device is just putting their thumb on the machine and capturing data for the attendance. So I hope you understand. Now, manager taking decision and they need information. So for every decision, information coming from where? Coming from business processes like purchase decision. So purchase decision coming from where? From purchase process. And what do you mean by purchase process? Purchase processes are the step-by-step activities which is undertaken to make a purchase. Simple as that. Okay. For example, once again, I'm revising in your mind. For example, first we collecting. First of all, there is a REP or request for purchases, which is internally generated from the organization. Like in manufacturing process, they need some material, so they just sending a demand to the finance department that we need these material, or purchase department, whatever you think. Purchase department is part of the finance department, and then after receiving that demand, the purchase department in the next step, okay, as I'm explaining to you the purchase process. And what do we mean by purchase process? Step by step activities, structured activities, demand coming, RFP is developed, our request for purchase are developed, purchases are developed, and in the next stage, we collecting quotation. This is another activity, collecting quotation. What do we mean by collecting quotation? Basically, we collecting information to make a purchase decision. After collecting quotation, what we doing? We putting all these quotations in ACBA form to get the comparative prices of the different suppliers who are interested to make a deal with the company. So in this case, uh, the quotation are collected, CBA form is filled up, in the next activities, a purchase order is placed, contracts are prepared, and finally we receiving the goods. So I hope you understand what do we mean by business processes. Business processes are what? These are structured activities. These are step by step activity in a proper order, that what will be activity number one, activity number two, activity number third. Okay, so every activity giving information, like demand is generating, so information coming that we need these goods. Okay, we need raw material, we need printer, we need computer. So what is this? This is basically information, the flow of information from one point to another point. Okay, and key decision and information needed often come from where? From business process. I hope you understand. So let's move to the. This is a diagrammatical presentation which addressing or which presenting the flow of information between external parties and internal parties in an accounting information system. So first of all, vendor, what vendor doing or what kind of transaction and how the flow of transaction coming from one point to another point. So first of all, we placing a purchase order. So purchase order mean what? That is basically the flow of information from accounting information system to the vendor. Then goods and services are received to the company. Okay, this is another information between accounting information system and vendor, that goods are coming. So what kind of goods are there? Okay, what is the quantity, what is the prices? Okay, so goods and services are given by the vendors to the company. Okay, and finally, vendor also submitting their invoices for payment. And what the accounting information system doing? This information coming to the accounting information system. Accounting information system verifying the information. Then what they doing? They making payment to the vendor. Okay, so these are the transactional information. Okay, dealing we making. So these dealings and these transactions are basically what? These are information and data which is processed by the accounting information system of the company. Next is investor. Investors mean, sorry for interruption, investors giving funds to the organization. Okay, and account basically investing funds. This is also an information, like investment funds, how much investment. Okay, what are the currency. Okay, so accounting information just capturing their data, their transaction which is taking place between investors in company. Then based on the same investment of funds, they generating another uh, information in form of dividend. What does dividend mean? For accounting information system, basically that is an information. Okay, I mean accounting information do not know what is dividend, but he can capture that information, that this is the dividend. We know that this is the dividend. For computer based accounting information system, they do not know dividend. I mean accounting software doesn't know dividend, but that is an information for the accounting information system. That is useful and meaningful for the manager. You understanding what I'm talking about. So this is another transaction taking place between what? Accounting information system and investors. And these two information will be taken from where? Will be taken from financial statement, from balance sheet, from income statement, from cash flow statement, from fund flow statement, from the statement of capital and equity. So these are the information taking place between investors and accounting information system. Creditors. What creditors? Creditors mean banks and other parties who giving us loan or who giving loans to the company. And a company receiving loans and then making payment of loans along with interest, etc., etc. And these creditors also interested in financial statement. By financial statement, we mean once again the balance sheet. And see, in the balance sheet, there are assets and liabilities, and the creditors are more interested to check the capability of the company, that whether they can pay the money back or they cannot pay the money back, mean to determine the liquidity of the business. And what do we mean by liquidity? Liquidity, we mean the ability to pay liability. So if the company have the capability to pay its liability on time, then the creditors giving loans. If the company don't have the same ability to pay liability, then the creditor refused the loan, the bank refused the loan. And these information could be taken from where? From financial statement, from balance sheet. You understand what I am talking about? And the subject is, keep in mind, transactional information. Okay, and these all deals are just information for the accounting information system. You getting idea? Okay, next is bank. What we doing with the bank mean, if there is a bank in our accounting information system, like we deposited money in the bank, so we need a journal entry to record that transaction. So whenever we depositing money, we recording the information in the accounting information system. We were drawing money, so we recording the deal or the transaction in the accounting information system. Okay, and bank statement, this is the information we can take from the bank, or we can make banking reconciliation statement to check the flow of funds from the bank, and then paying the money back to the bank, etc., etc. I hope you understand what I am talking about. So customer orders mean this is another transactional information taking place between customers and accounting information system of the company. What kind of information? Customer orders. So customers placing orders to the company, and what the company doing? Company processing those orders, and finally giving goods and services to the customers. Okay, mean these are various transactions taking place. So in these cases, some of them are posting transaction and some of them are non-posting transaction, like in this case purchase order. Okay, by posting transaction and non-posting transaction in the accounting information system, we mean that some of the transaction do not affect the financial statement of the business. Like whenever you placing an orders, so placing an order is just a document which do not affecting what? The financial statement of the business. Okay, I mean if you place an order and the supplier did not dispatch the goods, so what happened to the finance? I mean the deals did not take place. Okay, so here posting document and non-posting document, keep in mind that we will study in the quick book also. I will let you know that what do we mean by a purchase order or customer order or sale order. Okay, these are non-posting document, and non-posting document are non-posting transaction which could not be posted to the concerned ledgers and financial statement, etc., etc. Okay, so let's come to the topic once again. What the customer doing? Giving orders. What we doing? We giving goods. Okay, and then giving invoices. And what the customer doing? Customer processing invoices, and finally making payment. That payment will be recorded in the accounting information system, because the function R is we studied in the definition that it collecting data. So it collecting what? Customer payments. I hope you understand. Information or transaction between employees and accounting information system. Labor and services. What the labor doing? They providing services. They working in the organization, in the manufacturing department, in the production department, in the purchase department, sale department, whatever the department may be, but they providing us services. So in form of a time sheet, that how much time they spend for the company, we recording it in the accounting information system based on the time or hours they work with the organization. We making payment. Clear? We making wages to those who are on daily wages basis, and we paying monthly salaries, and that salaries will be recorded in the accounting information system in form of transactions. Clear? We also paying commission as well. Management. So what the management doing? Management making various decision for the business, and that decision coming from where? From accounting information system in form of budgets and accounting entries and financial statement, etc., etc. I hope you understand. Government agencies also have deal with the company, like tax deal. Okay, we dealing tax, so tax will be paid to whom? It will be paid to the government, to the tax authorities. Okay, and there are some other agencies, regulation agencies. Clear? And we also submitting our reports to the regulation agencies. Okay, that like ISI is what? ISI is a regulation agency, but we also presenting a letter from the medium taxpayer unit that yes, they paid all the taxes and now you can regularize the business. These are the external and internal parties and how transaction taking place between accounting information system and these external parties and internal parties. I hope you understand. So let's move to the next topic. Okay, basic business process. In the business, there are processes. What do we mean by processes? Processes are step-by-step activities in a proper order. These are structured activities which should be performed by the people of the company or by the machine. I hope you understand. Okay. So transactions between the business organization and external parties fundamentally involve what? Give and get. Okay, process, whatever the process may be, that may be give something and then get something. Like in the revenue or sale process, okay, give goods and then get cash. What we doing in revenue? Giving goods or giving services, and finally we getting cash. So this is a cycle, and there is a separate video on the revenue cycle. There is a separate lecture on the expenditure cycle in the production cycle, and you will study there. But here is a process. It is a matter of what? Give and get. Okay, give something and finally get something. Okay, so in case of revenue, we giving goods and getting cash. In case of expenditure like purchases, we getting goods and making payments or giving cash. Production, in case of production is also the matter of give something and then get something. Okay, in case of production, we giving raw material, we giving labor, and finally we getting what? We getting finished goods. Clear? Payroll or salary sheet, whatever you saying, we giving cash and getting labor hours. Okay, laborers giving hours, and for every hours we paying what? Cash. Financing mean, in case of financing, whenever the term financing is coming, so it means that cash is given or cash is paid. Financing mean where the money come from. So bank giving cash, and then finally we giving cash to the bank. Okay, give cash and then get cash. You understand? I hope the business process are something very simple to you, because you studied many things about revenue cycling, expenditure, production, etc., etc. Let's move forward. This is also very important topic for examination point of view as well. Okay, students. So what is mean accounting information system? Discuss the function. Clear? So AIS performing many function, but the basic function, these are only three. Clear? The first one is collect and store data. Mean from the very beginning, I am telling you that accounting information system is something which collecting data and storing data, maintaining the data, processing data. Okay, and after processing data, provide information. Okay, and for what purpose this information will be provided? Useful for decision making of the management. Managers are supposed to make various decisions, and the accounting information system providing information to make a rational decision, to make on time decision, to make accurate decision. If the information are not there, management can take decision, but that decision may end up on losses. But to end up a decision on profit, we must get timely information. You understand what I'm talking? So provide educate control. I told you many times by control, internal control and external control. Internal control mean include internal audit, internal check, and security control like passwords. Clear? Okay, mean providing control to the asset of the business. So whenever you making a password to the accounting software, so what is there in the inside that software? Many assets of the business are recorded. There are cash record, there are fixed asset record, there are current asset record, there are account receivable, there are account payable. So we need a security for these recorder, for these assets and liabilities. So accounting information system providing what? Educate control. For educate control, I'm presenting it from a different angle, like internal check. Whenever we internally checking mean the work of one person is checked by another person, like invoice. Okay, so invoice is prepared by one person, but that is controlled by another person. One person is preparing, the other person is checking, the third person giving approval. So what does it mean? It means that the document are internally controlled, but basically we do not mean to control the document, but we mean to control the asset of the business. That document controlling what? That document controlling the assets of the business. Like in invoice, what are there in the invoice? In the invoice there is cash. Okay, and what is cash? Cash is an asset to the business. So we controlling cash, basically we controlling asset of the business. I hope you understand. Let's move forward because we are running from time. AI is in the value chain. Look, value is something that could be exchanged with the customer. Okay, mean for goods, goods are something of value. You understand? Mean if there is a value, mean there is an asset. If there is no value, there is no asset, as you understand. Mean so the different activities within an organization provide value to the customer. Different activities. What are the different activities? Like purchase, okay? Like purchase. So we collecting quotations, and the same quotation giving values to the customer, like we purchasing raw material, then processing the raw material into finished good. So there is one value for raw material, but for the finished goods, there is another value which will be exchanged with the customer. And these activities mean the activities which giving values to the assets are which giving values to the customer. Okay, coming from where? Mean are divided into primary activities and support activities. Okay, and what are primary activities and what are supporting activities? Primary activities direct values to the customer. Okay, primary activities provide what? Direct values to the customer, and supporting activities enable primary activities. If there is no supporting activities, mean there would be primary activities, but that supporting activities, that is like you studied in scope of commerce and industry, like trade and aid to trade. You understand? This is that is similarly the case you studied before in case of scope of commerce. Okay, so primary activities are the activities which is giving values to the customer directly, and supporting activities support these activities, support primary activities. You understand? So here is another diagrammatical presentation. Please see and you will understand what do we mean by supporting activities and by primary activities. Inbound logistics, this is another primary activity. Okay, inbound logistics mean we receiving goods and services in inbound logistics. Clear? Outbound logistics, we giving goods and services. Inbound logistics, we getting goods and services. We receiving and storing material. Okay, so inbound logistics, this is primary activity in the business. uh, Look, in case of inbound logistic, there are many sub activities, but that is grouped here. We receiving and storing material. So, in case of receiving and storing material like purchases, okay, purchasing raw material. So, in case of raw material, there are many sub activities which will be performed. I will tell you in expenditure cycle in detail in the next video, because the video is limited to 30 minutes, so I'm short of time. And second, operations are operational activities. In case of operational activities, they saying manufacturing, okay, and repacking. We producing something and then packing and then sending to the customer. Outbound logistic, distribution and shipping. The goods once produced, the raw material are converted into finished goods, and the finished goods are distributed to the customer, okay, through shipping and sale, etc., etc. Marketing and sale, you know better what do we mean by marketing and sale. Advertising, selling, promotion, customer service, etc., etc. Service, in case of services, okay, inside the business, which is performed by the employees of the business, that is what? Repair and maintenance. We purchasing raw material, then the same raw material will be processed through some mechanical process. Then once we completing the mechanical process, so some machines goes out of orders, and then what we doing? We repairing the machine, we maintaining the machine, we maintaining the process for another production batch. So here these are the different activities which is divided into primary activities of the business. In other case, there are some supporting activities. In case of supporting activities, firm infrastructure. This firm infrastructure, we mean the office of the business, the building of the business, and other requirement of the business. Human resource, this is a hiring human resource. Okay, this is another activity in the business, and you know what do we mean by human resource. So I'm not technology, this is another supporting activities. Like there are machine, but there are human hand, the machine are performing without human hand touch, so that is called technology. Likewise, another example for technology, attendance device. First of all, employee were supposed to record the attendance of the employees in an attendance register, but nowadays there are some attendance machine or some attendance devices which is connected with the biometric device. Employees coming and then putting their thumbs on the machine, and their attendance are automatically recorded. I hope you understand. Purchasing, you know better what do we mean by purchasing. This is also a supporting activities. Mean before receiving raw material, whatever the activities taking place inside the business, that is called supporting activity. Okay, to support the purchase of raw material, to support operation, to support outbound logistic, to support marketing and sale, to support services, whatever the activities taking place, that could be supporting activities. I hope you understand. Next is system. What is system? This is a very important topic. Maybe you know better about the system because you studied many time what a system would be, what will be the component of the system, what is natural system, what is artificial or human made system. Okay, what is the function of the system, what do you mean by subsystem within a larger system. Okay, and there are many topics and this is very important, but let me check the time once again. Oh, this is 35 minutes.